Okay, in our last video we want now to assemble all the parts what we created so far. Therefore we go to New, and now we choose an assembly group over here and create. First of all, we need to import all the parts. Use this button over here, click on that, and we start with the joint group. Though this will be our main and later also fixed part of this assembly group. We start with this and find a place and escape, because one is good enough. We go directly here in our history tree. We click on this joint group with the left button, and then we click the right button and again fix this part. Click on that. So you see the symbol here now. This is fixed now to our coordinate system, and this is very important. Now we import all the other parts, like the arm one, and then I move to this and I click again. That's enough. 2 parts are enough, therefore escape. And again we import our bolt 1 and 2 and escape. Okay, before we use constraint to reduce the degrees of freedom of the parts, we need to place the parts almost like they are assembled later. I show you what I mean. This part is fixed and all the others can now be moved and rotated with these 2 buttons over here. So I start with free rotation. I select this button, click here, and this will be later assembled with this area of our joint group. So this will be later here inside our arm. So therefore it needs to be, or the arm should be rotated in that direction. Then so the free rotation is still selected, and I select now the other arm, and this arm will be later connected with this area. So here, this area of the joint arm is later inside, this joint group will later inside this arm over here. So, and the same with the bolts. This bolt later goes through this. So we click on the bolt and we move it in that direction, because later this bolt goes through this. And another bolt, which I select now, will go through this part of the joint group. So I bring the bolt in this direction and then escape, because that's it. And now we can use constraints. You remember this constraint button? We click on that and we used this, which is still activated, and that's good enough, because when I show you, when I go to this, I see this special line over here. You see this line? And I can, if I move a little bit, then I can select this line. Now this line turns to blue. And when I go here in my arm, in the hole, you see there's a similar line, and I select this as well. And then the lines, the 2 lines, are now aligned. They are now together. And that brings my arm now in the perfect position to our joint group. And I select apply and that's okay. You can leave it open. I close it to show you something. Yeah, so I close that, and now I can only move, yeah, but the lines, the middle lines of these two holes, they are now aligned and they cannot be, yeah, so I cannot move my arm in that direction. Yeah, so I bring it a little bit upwards because now with constraint, I want that this surface here is connected with this surface. Yeah. Therefore, I'm clicking on that. And also I click on that surface, and now they come close together. But before we push the apply button, we need here some distance between that. You remember there was a distance of 0.2, yeah, so for the movement. And therefore here on this particular side we have a distance of 0.1, and that automatically creates a distance of 0.1 also here. Yeah, so distance over here and here, and apply. I show you, and you see the small distance there and the small distance there. We need this distance that the arm can move, and you can leave this open. I close it again, and now the only movement is this. That's the only one. And this is what I said, we reduce the movement of the parts. Okay, open constraint again, and we do the same with the other arm. Yeah, so looking for this center line in the hole, click on that. Looking for center line in this hole, and apply. Then we want to move or bring together, we want to bring together this. So I select this area and this, but we want a distance of 0.1 and then apply. Okay, the arms are now collected, not collected, they are connected to our joint group, and only the bolts needs to be in place now. Yeah, let's start with one of this here. And again, it's still open. And also our bolt, when I move my mouse on the outer surface of the bolt, this center line appears. So we click on that, it turns to blue. And again, looking here in this hole for the center line, here it comes. I click on that, and don't forget to push the apply button. Now it's a little bit complicated because you remember this small nut on the bolt over here, this one. And this area needs to be in the same direction like this area. So listen carefully. We need to switch to that button. Yeah, click on that button. Zoom in and make sure that you select this geometry of the bolt, which turns now to blue. And click on that geometry. What we see now, our nut is close to our arm. This nut area is now perfect, close to our arm, and apply. You see? Because now later on Real we have a safety ring there, yeah? A safety ring which is in the nut and make sure that the bolt hold the position. Okay, same on the other direction. Same on the other side. We're switching back here to this button. We're looking for our center line, click once, center line here, click and apply. And the same, switching here, looking for this really small area on the bolt, this one, and this one, and apply. So the bolt's now in position, and if you close this constraint window, then you see this is the only way, how we can move now our joint. Yeah, and remember why we have this this product, why we need that. There can be a rod attached over here and another rod attached here, and then even if they are not aligned perfect, we can bring the movement of the one rod to the other, even if they are not perfect aligned. That's why we have this joint, it's this universal joint over here. Okay, so but if you play around a little bit with that, you see, oh, there's something wrong, like this. That's normal. We need something to do to get rid of this problem. What we have to do is we click on that arm, click on the arm, select the arm, and then the right click and contact set. Okay, then click on the other arm, right mouse click, contact. We switch to let's check. Switch to here, and there is this special button. I don't know how this is translated in English, because the German words are not really useful, but you see the symbol. When we click on that, or when we activate that, and if we now use, so then it stops when it comes close to another part. Same here. So that's good. And this is your first assembly group in Inventor. Don't forget to save that. And we call this universal joint. I know this was a lot for the beginning, but you have, I think, enough time today and maybe also tomorrow to finish that. If there are any questions, on Tuesday we have normal lectures, and then you can ask me. But actually what I expect that everybody of you have this finished. So the video, you can go back and stop the video to do it in the speed which is suitable for you, but in the end you should be able to present this final design. So that's it for today, for our Monday lecture. On Tuesday we create drawings out of this, and we also use the presentation mode of Inventor. So therefore we need this part. Please take the time to create it in Inventor by your own, following the drawings which I upload on Moodle, which I'm going to upload on Moodle, and all the information you need are also in these videos. So have fun and see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.